part of our mindset to million journey is that we want to collect evidence. We want to collect manifestation, evidence, stories, scenarios from you all, but from ourselves as well, of things that have happened throughout our lives where, it can be from the littlest things to life-changing situations, where the universe has provided for us, where it provided in ways that we couldn't even believe it. We couldn't even see it. We couldn't even imagine it. Completely random, right? So we want to start off with the story of how we got our beautiful condo that we're living in right now. It started off, it's going to be 5 years. This November is going to be 5 years ago. We were living in a beautiful old Victorian home in right across from, a gorgeous park.
Yes.
Where we like to spend our time with so many flowers, and it was really nice weather.
And
water when there's really nice weather, we could go for walks with the dog that we had, and it was lovely. But we had the urge that we wanted to move.
And I'll tell you how that happened, my darling. I'll tell you how that happens. I'm from Antigua. I went home to Antigua, and I think I was at a Christmas or Carnival, probably Carnival. And it was Carnival, I remember. So I had the best time in Antigua thinking, you know what? I want a house in Antigua and I want a house in Canada, right? Like I want to be able to split between the two.
Oh, that's right. We said that we wanted to do that, yeah.
Right. And so I came back to Canada, like from Antigua. So Carnival's around August. And I came back and says, Kim, I want a house in Antigua. And Kim, my amazing wife, says, okay, like she sort of evaluates all the ideas I kind of come up with and like, okay, that's not the crazy one. That's pretty all right. We could do that. And so before even knowing where we're going to go, I just knew I figured if we didn't do nothing, we will always be comfortable where we were at. And so I said, we have to just let go and say, you know what, we're leaving. So I got Kim to speak to the landlord and tell him putting our notice for 2 months without having no plan, no idea where we were going to go.
No place to go yet.
No. We didn't think about buying. We were thinking about renting. We were thinking, okay, we'll get a small house here, like a smaller, and take the rent that we had and split it in two. That was the plan. That was the plan.
Yes, and so the search begins. We were looking at places to rent, and we thought, nah, we don't like any of that. We were looking at places to buy, and we weren't crazy about any of those places either.
And I'm gonna tell the story, the true story, because like I'm all about the stories. And I
hear this.
What's that?
I want to hear what you're gonna say.
You may have to cut it off. I hope she doesn't cut it off because I think it's really beneficial for us to be authentic. I saw an ad in a nudist colony.
Oh gosh. That's why I never know what she's gonna say. I was like, okay, what are you gonna say?
And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I'm thinking, how many times in life are we gonna tell the story that we lived in a nudist colony? Like, who does that? Like, Kim, go look and see if you can get into the nudist colony.
So I went looking to see how we could potentially own a property and live in a nudist colony.
It didn't work out.
No, because I could not imagine opening my door and seeing some old guy's parts as I'm opening my door and sitting on the porch trying to enjoy my tea, checking out the horizon and the sun, the scenery. There would be scenes and parts I didn't want to see, so I nixed that. For other reasons as well. There were other logistics reasons why it just didn't fit in with our plan, but yeah.
Fine. So I said no nudist colony. But I do want to say though, before you even start to look, in part of the manifestation that you learn is you have to show active faith. So the two active faith lessons that we showed was that one, we told the landlord that we were leaving before knowing where we were going to go. And the second thing I did, I started a yard sale that Saturday. I started selling my things the Saturday, like the week I came back and made the decision, I started selling off our stuff. Like in my mind.
We started cleansing our stuff. Yeah, we were downsizing. That's what we were doing. We wanted to downsize from a much bigger full house to a smaller place.
Yeah. And letting go. So like, I remember, putting out the things, putting out my little table to do my yard sale. And it's like people taking my stuff, but I had to just, it's letting go. It's like cleansing. You have to let go of attachments to things. So those were the two active faith that we showed before we started actually looking for places. And then Kim said to me,
as we were looking, we saw a whole bunch of places, and then there was this one, where they had the picture of the exterior of the building and the condo, which I felt right away. I was completely attracted to it. I felt good vibes, good energy from it and about it. And I said to Tammy, honey, let's go check this out. Even though it was slightly above our budget, right? I was still, you know what? I got a good feeling about it. It looks really, really nice, really in phenomenal condition. It's in a great location. Right close to the university. So if you ever wanted to rent out our place when we do our traveling, that was part of the idea of us downsizing and moving to a place too, is so that we can be in a place where we could rent it out and have some more revenue generated as we do our travels throughout the world, right? And we've got a grocery store, we've got liquor store, shopper, like everything is just right next door. So I was like, Tammy, hey, let's go check this out. What did she say? I
said no. In the beginning, I said, Kim, that is way more than my budget in terms of what I wanted to spend.
But also, she didn't like how it looked. Admit it.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, the pictures didn't do it justice.
The pictures did not do it justice. So we're looking through all this stuff, and no, nothing vibrated with us at all. So I was like, okay. My brother, who is a real estate agent, I said to him, let's just set it up. Let's just go take a look, okay? Just for fun, for the sake of it, because nothing else is panning out. And as soon as we walked in the door, she looks at me, we looked at each other, and we just said,
This is our house.
This is our place.
This is our place. And like, you should see it. It is beautiful. It is so gorgeous.
It's perfect for us.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Like, we have windows looking out into the cities, like big windows. There's so much light here. The people who actually owned it before us, they had treated this as going to be their forever home. So they renovated it with like top appliances, top everything. Like, the place was like, if you see other buildings, like this is a very old building. It has balconies, like stretch of the entire condo. Like, the place is huge. But they like opened
huge
up
for us.
For us. It's just the two of us, right? But like, they had opened up walls, and they had, put it all, big appliances and stainless steel and soft closing drawer. Like, I'm telling you, they treated this house like it was going to be their forever home.
Yeah.
So I walked in on this house. I'm like, this is my house. Yeah. And I started in my mind decorating this house the way that I wanted it to look for both of us.
Yeah. But then, of course, comes the whole logistics, right? We had to do the paperwork. We had to put in the bid and all of this. And what happened? We put in the first offer. This was our lack of experience of buying a home
together.
Together.
Yeah.
And me watching too much of the those
buying and listing.
Yeah, those home selling shows where they start off really low, right? And then you can try to negotiate in between. Well, that didn't work for us.
We went like 20,000 under asking.
Not knowing that it's like a seller's market. I didn't even know what the heck that meant. So they had all the upper hand and stuff like that. So we got denied the first round. Yeah. And so we're like all bummed, and we're like, oh, that was silly.
Really bad.
Yeah, that's really silly. Going, oh my gosh, like, how did they feel that we didn't appreciate their place or what? Yeah. But it was just us being completely ignorant and
naive. Yeah. We had watched too much TV.
Yeah. And so my brother all of a sudden comes back like a week or so later. And we had given up on this place, and actually like really disappointed too, because as Tammy said, we had started to build our vision and all of that. But you know what, as I'm thinking about that, it's our visualizing, it's our dreaming that kept this place for us. Like, this is why the process continued, and we didn't realize that it was not ending there. Okay, so then my brother calls me up and says, hey, guess what? That place that we lost the offer for, well, it looks like it's in the market again. So are you guys interested? And we're like, yeah, we are. So here we are trying to figure out how the heck, what can we do? Let's think of all the extra money that we can put together so that we can go over now. How much over can we go over?
So we went 1,000 over asking. Yeah, that was it. It was 1,000 over asking. And we thought it's like, we get the second opportunity now. We went 20,000 under.
Yes, but we were also willing to give them everything that they asked for too, right?
Plus one over.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to sweeten the deal.
Yeah, and again, here we're thinking that we're doing something that is a deal for them, right?
Yeah.
We're that, like, again, just because of the ignorance of watching all these shows, that they're gonna jump on that and whatever and agree to it and what have you.
But at the same time, I felt grateful. I said, because I felt before that maybe we did appreciate them, like, and went 20,000 under, so that when we got the opportunity, we gave them everything that they asked for in gratitude and, and plus a little bit more, right? So for me, I felt I remember thinking this, even if we lost this sale, the second time around, because I knew that there were other bidders, that at least we gave them what, not value, but like we did it appropriately. You know what I mean? Like, I think that I just had a better mindset. Like, I didn't take it for granted or anything like that. I appreciated that their home was precious to them, and I wanted to give them the value for it. So that's what our thinking was.
So unfortunately, they came back and they didn't accept our offer because somebody overbid us again. And so we're like, oh man, we're bummed again, because we were all...
Were you bummed the second time? I don't think
I
was
yes,
bummed
you're
the
actually
second
right.
one.
You're actually right. I do remember. Yeah, because we've already been through it already. We've lost it. Yeah, because we've lost it. Okay, fine. I guess this really wasn't meant for us. So then we continued on.
But feeling better than the first time.
Yes, we're feeling better. And then it was actually a shorter period of time. It was only like a few days after, or something like that, like a much shorter span had gone by. My brother calls me up again. Hey, so guess what? And this is never, he says, this has never happened before, but that place that you guys wanted, it's up for grabs again. Are you, and the owners want to know if you're still interested. And Tammy and I are like, yeah, but I'm like, yeah, but we got our conditions now. So we went through and we gave them what they wanted.
No, we gave them 5,000.
But I asked them for a discount this time. I asked them for a deal this time. Well, heck, you put us through this ringer 3 times now, so we still want it, but you're gonna have to give it to us at a discount now. So
5,000 under asking.
So we did. They did eventually. They did agree to that, and we got it. Yeah. Some of the thoughts that we had when we were going through this is why though? Why? And people asked us, well, was there something wrong with the house and what have you? Like, are you sure you still want it? Because it's gone through 3 times now, people have rejected it. No, it was actually really silly things. Like the first one, actually, I can't even remember the order, but one of the situations was the guy's bank. He couldn't get the insurance for here because in the condo units, the insurance people will only insure a certain number of units within that condo because they don't want to put all their baskets into one unit, right? One place. And so in order for him to get insurance for this, he would have had to switch to another bank and another insurance provider. And he thought that was too much trouble. He didn't want to do that. So that's why he backed out of that. The other one was they read through the condo certificate and saw that the condo fees were going to be going up in the next year and then the next few years after that. And they were scared by that, so they said, no, we don't want it anymore. So it was nothing that was related to the condo unit or itself or the building or anything of that, just other scenarios that were specific to the people. Well, so then we got it, but now leading back to the whole fees and stuff like that, actually, I'm just thinking, because of COVID, the condo fees have never been raised. So a lot of the concerns that those people had were not even really valid at all. It was just that these were the scenarios that were created so that we, who were meant to have this place, can get this place. And we have now lived here very comfortably, very joyfully. We love our condo.
Love our condo.
And it is what was the saving grace for us as well during COVID, with the phenomenal balcony being in, you know, having all the trees and the scenery, the trails, like just so many things that we got to enjoy. So,
and it's the thing that really anchors us in this space is what is yours, what you have created, and what is yours will always be yours. It cannot be taken from you, right? So there is, I feel the universe is moving, the goosebumps, right? It is yours. So you can stand in assurance that what you have declared is yours. And so there's no competition, there's no envy, there's no worry, there's no fear. What is yours is yours. And this is a testament. We live this in this space every day.
But the key to that as well, though, is we had to be open to it. Like Tammy, for example, was not open to this at the beginning, right? She had to have some pushing. Whereas I saw the beauty and the potential of this already from the beginning. And we had to work through that. We had to be open to it. And as much as we fought the universe, it was ours. It was meant to be. We were in alignment. And we ended up getting this beautiful place.
And loving it. Still loving it. Yeah. Well, what are we grateful for today?
For our condo.
For our condo. We're really grateful for our home. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to us.
We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.